These Fear of God mainline California slides retailed at a whopping $195. I know, don't freak out. But in comparison, where we're looking at the slides and the foam runners for retail, it makes these look like an actual steal. So the minimum price point that the slides are going for currently is $195, which can range up to over $400 depending on the color and size that you're looking for, which almost doubles the retail price point of these Fear of God Californias. And then when we get to the foam runners, these are also crazy when it comes to how much these are going for resale. I know these went for $80, but if you didn't manage to cop them, these are going upwards from around $300 to almost $500, which is insane. And welcome back to another episode of Shade TV. My name is Marissa Hill. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave me any comments or questions down below. Hit that notification box. We have a ton of heat coming out that I don't want you to miss out on. Also, be sure to check out that join button. We've got some amazing membership perks on there, as well as an amazing merch store. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I am going to be kind of going through my favorite slide-on shoes for pretty much all seasons. So by the end, you will get to see which goes down as my top favorite slip-on shoe that I am excited to be wearing all year round, as well as having by my front door, because that is literally going to be my point shoe. All right, so first off, we are going to start by doing a little bit on the materials of the shoes. So starting with the Yeezy slides, this is actually made out of an EVA foam, which makes this actually very comfortable. So we've got some points that we're going to give to the slides on the EVA foam. Literally, when I walk in these, it feels extremely squishy. It's very comfortable for my arches on the inside as a support system. So I definitely am in love with that EVA foam. I will say though that the material can get quite slippery. So if you do perspirate on your feet, you may slide around in these a little bit, and that can be uncomfortable, which means that you may actually prefer wearing these with your socks, and it can make a different sound as well. So if you're not a fan of being noisy when you're walking around in specific shoes, you may have to deduct a point off of these ones. All right, next up are the foam runners. So for the foam runners, these are made out of an algae material. So definitely some points on sustainability there, and being creative on finding a different material to use when creating and concocting a new silhouette. This is definitely a very comfortable silhouette as well. It's got some squishiness to it and also has some support, but not as much support as I actually get on the slides. As you can see here, it's not as cushioned, and on the slides you'll see that it kind of curves, and that's where it kind of cushions the inside of your arches. So again, you guys know I have high arches and love that support. I'm not getting as much arch support on these, but I will say that there is some credit deserved on the foam runner, because as you can see, there's actually a bit of texture in there, and that kind of keeps my foot from sliding around, which the Yeezy slides do not have. So have to give them some credit for that. My feet do kind of stay stuck in here, but I will say I do feel like I have to wear socks with these. I know some people don't need to, but I actually was getting a little bit of irritation on the top of my foot from wearing these without socks. So the only downfall I'm finding material-wise with this is the fact that the material does rub against my skin and irritates it, so I do have to wear socks with these. All right, so next, let's jump into the Fear of God mainline Californias. So this material is actually a patented material called Extra Light, which is actually on the bottom of the shoe here. This by far is the lightest out of the three. This shoe literally feels absolutely like you're almost holding air. It's that light. So I do have to give Jerry Lorenzo some credit on creating and concocting this new silhouette that is extremely lightweight. And the material is actually a lot thinner than you're going to see on the slides here. It's about 2 times the thickness on the slides versus the California. So I do like how thin this material is. We'll just see as far as wear and tear goes, how it will actually hold up strength-wise, because as you know, I do have some splitting going on with my Yeezy slides. So as you can see here, this is another part of the material that I'm not too happy about, but it is starting to split all the way through. So hopefully on my Californias, that will not happen. And then on the inside here, I have to give some more credit to these because this is a material that actually is not slippery. So it gives you a little bit more grip as far as your foot goes from sliding back and forth, whereas the slides, again, are that smooth material on that EVA foam. So your feet do kind of tend to slip a little bit. But these actually are a little bit on the rougher size material wise. So I don't feel like I'm sliding back and forth as much. All right, so next category is going to actually be the color scheme. So I'm gonna start again with the Yeezy slides. I feel like some nice colorway options were dropped in these. I do have the core and resin, which are kind of on the minimalistic monochrome color scheme, but I do like the fact that Kanye did release the Inflames, which are just a nice pop of color for the summertime. And I feel like it's just nice to have some vibrancy when it comes to color schemes so that you have some colors that really work seasonally, specifically in the summertime, since that is the season we are in. So definitely gonna give some points on having a nice summer colorway. All right, so for the foam runners, one of my favorite parts about the foam runners is the fact that they actually released some darker shades. So I do love the fact that we've got the Moon MXT Moon, and it's got this kind of marbled look. This marbled look actually just doesn't get as dirty, which is quite nice. Let's get into the sand. So sand is a nice colorway as well, but it does get a little bit dirty. But my favorite is actually the mineral blue. This dark color scheme just is very difficult to get dirty, so I can wear it pretty much anywhere and everywhere. So definitely some points on having a darker color scheme for the foam runner. As far as the California goes, I only have 2 colorways out of the 5. They didn't go as dark as I expected. This concrete colorway actually in the pictures looked a bit darker, but it actually, when I saw it in hand, is a bit lighter. I do love the fact that Jerry decided to go with some monochromatic color schemes. So if you are in love with the Fear of God Essentials line, or even the mainline Fear of God, he definitely colored these slides to really just match all of his colors he's dropped in both lines. So this is definitely going to go with everything and anything in his line, making it a little more difficult for some of Kanye's colors that he's released to match with specific clothing, since he actually has not specifically dropped products and capsules that are aligned with the colors of the different silhouettes that he's dropped in both the slides and the foam runners. All right, so now let's jump into size and fit and talk about how these fit. So again, I will have to say that Fear of God is a bit of a tie here, in a sense where there are no half sizes, as well as the foam runners. Actually, none of these have half sizes. I will say I had to go a half size up in the Yeezy foam runner, but I did size down in the slides as well as these slip-on Californias. I think that the Californias are just a bit difficult to gauge with the sizing. I think there is a larger size differential aspect to them. So it is a big gap in comparison to the slides. When I had a size 8, it wasn't as big of a difference as the California slides were. All right, so now let's talk about wearability. So as far as seasons go, I do find that the Californias, I think, are gonna have to take it in this one for a year-round shoe. I just think that they're gonna be able to keep my feet a little bit warmer than the foam runners and the slides will. And as far as the color schemes go, I think that this is very universal with the monochromatic color schemes that Jerry went with. I do also love the fact that there's just a subtle kind of area here for ventilation, which is nice for the summertime, so that plays well in the warmer seasons. I do love the ventilation of the foam runners, specifically for the summer and springtime when it's a bit warmer here in New York, but it is a bit too chilly to wear these during the wintertime here in New York. My feet will absolutely freeze, so I'll have to probably put these away when it gets that 1 degree wind chill. And the same goes for the slides. This is a difficult one in the sense where definitely gonna have to wear socks with these as it starts to get colder, but I am not gonna be able to wear these when it is the winter time. Again, with that 1 degree wind chill, my feet will fall off, at least they'll feel like it. One of the other parts that I will give to the foam runners and the Californias is the fact that, you know, us ladies, sometimes we don't always have our nails painted. And so I will say with both of these, you're not gonna see your nails. Unfortunately, with the slides, if your nails aren't on point, you're gonna see it if you're not wearing socks. Though you can wear socks with these, so that is another way, another option that you can wear these, but definitely gonna have to give some points to these two on that one. All right, so how shall we go about this? How are we going to vote on these? All right, so I think we will go from my least pointed scale. Not my least favorite because I love all three of these so much, but I'm gonna have to go with the slides as number 3. I think that seasonally and construction wise, these are just falling apart a little bit more than I expected. I'm not going to be able to really wear these in the winter time again, which makes it hard. Though I do love the pops of color that Kanye added for the summertime, I do think that this is going to go down as number 3. Number 2 is going to go to the foam runners, and that is actually based on the fact that, again, I can't really wear these seasonally. Creativity wise, I'm gonna have to go with the foam runners. I think this is just such a crazy, unique, and different silhouette. Again, I'm not able to wear this all year round, but I do love the fact that I can wear this most of the year, and I love all the ventilation and how different this looks as far as colors go as well. I love that we've got darker tones in there, so it's easier for me to keep clean. I'm not gonna get these dirty. But number 1 is going to actually go to the newest shoe, which is the slip-ons, the Fear of God mainline California slip-ons. And because it's like a mule and I feel like I can wear this year round, definitely a nice and different light silhouette, which literally it's something that feels like a cotton ball. It's that light, and I love the colors. They're monochromatic. They're going to go basically with everything and everything. I will say, as far as price goes, it is $195, but you know, if you are not able to cop the foam runners or the slides price wise, it actually is equivalent. So the slides went for $60, which is great, very affordable. The foam runners went for $80. The mules went for $195. So that is probably my least favorite part about how much these retailed for, but on a scale of whether or not you're having to buy these on resale, these are actually way more. So starting at $195, depending on what your size is, these can go up to $400, as well as the foam runners. These are definitely going between $300 to $500, which is insane depending on color and size, obviously. So definitely you're going to be put over the retail price point of the California slides. So definitely have to think of it in that perspective. All right, thanks so much everybody for tuning in. And if you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me any comments or questions you may have down below. Hit that notification bell because we have a ton of heat coming out that I don't want you to miss out on. Also, be sure to check out the join button. We've got some amazing membership perks as well as an amazing merch store. Until next time, this is Shay TV. My name is Marissa Hill. We will catch you on the next episode.